Man-O-War is a paramilitary group with the responsibility of offering members of the society free services, and it is found in every state of the Federation. Founder of Man-O-War, Kurt Hahn, a German who later naturalized as a Briton, he founded the first outward bound school in Aberdour, Wales in 1941. 10 years later, Dr. Alec Dixon, a Briton whose special interest was community development, founded the Man-O-War Training Center in 1951 in Victoria, southern Cameroon. How did it come about? Someone may ask. It was in the Republic of Cameroon, and then still part of Nigeria, at the Bay, which was one of the shores of the country, was a gunboat anchored, and his gunboat was owned by the British Royal Naval Force. There was an attempt to enforce the slave trade be abolished. When the slave trade was eventually abolished, there was need for Nigerian government to get the youths organized and then establish for the youth of Nigeria a center called Citizenship and Leadership Training Center.
Man-O-War Training Center, which later became known as Citizenship and Leadership Training Center, was founded by late Dr. Kurt Hahn, a German who later naturalized in Britain. So, late Dr. Kurt Hahn is the founder of Man-O-War, a voluntary uniform organization that is operating worldwide, not only in Nigeria. And later on, Dr. Alec Dixon, a Briton also, whose special interest was community development, founded the Man-O-War Training Center in 1951 in Victoria, southern Cameroon. That's way back then. And in the same vein, it was given a legal status by an ordinance published in the Extraordinary Gazette number 45 of August 10, 1960, and modified by decree number 38 of December 1989. The Citizenship and Leadership Training Center, an affiliate member of the Outward Bound organization worldwide, which exists in over 50 countries of the world. It is the first in Africa and number 2 in the world. The center has trained more than 7 million Nigerians from walks of life since its inception 54 or 50 years ago. Briefly, this is the brief history of Man-O-War. Let me ask more. The center is an informal institution. It uses the challenges found in the environment to confront participants with the purpose of developing the core values of courage, trust, integrity, and compassion for others.
Man-O-War community base are the ones you see around your community, working with all other forces and helping to maintain peace and order in the community. Man-O-War Cadet Club. This is an association formed by students of any school like university, polytechnic, college of education. Note, this is not a secret cult. This is an association approved by the federal government of Nigeria.
Well, we have a lot of duties. Well, let me just mention a few. Like I've said earlier, we are here to provide, we are like supplementary of security division. Alright? We provide securities where there is less security. And we also help in developing the characters of individuals.
The Man-O-War also has rules and regulations, just as any organization that helps to guide the affairs of the organization towards the students to obey rules and regulations.
The rules we have in Man-O, like I've said earlier, is a voluntary uniform organization, and we know that every uniform organization has rules. Alright?
Yeah.
You know, there are things that you don't do when you are part of a particular uniform organization. Alright? It also applies to Man-O. And as for the school, we help in seeing that students obey the rules and regulations of the school. We all know that there are certain rules that have been set by the school authority. So we try our possible best to help students or to orientate students so that they won't go astray of those rules.
The Man O' War also has achievements by impacting good morals into students by making them useful in the society and becoming better leaders tomorrow.
The success we have achieved as a unit, that's why I said MANO is a voluntary organization. One of our motives is to boost the morale of youth, right? To inculcate discipline. We have succeeded in seeing that the new recruits we have, alright, the members we have changed their minds through our trainings and some of the things and some of the orientations we do make. We try our possible best to change students, to make them into becoming better leaders in society.
The University Man O' War doesn't go for camp during the school session because they are students and their primary assignment in the university is to study.
Here in school, we don't go for camp because of the limited time we have. You know, the main concern of us being here is our academics. That's why. But outside, yes, we do go for camps a lot, and there are a lot of activities that we do engage ourselves when we go to those camps.
As a student of the university, you can join the Man O' War by applying to join the group by getting the Man O' War form.
As a student, if you are a student of this prestigious university, you are entitled to become a member. You come, you pick a form, you fill the form, and then you come for your trainings and orientations. We do our recruitment in second semester. When things are, academic activities are less, that's when we seize the opportunity to drill students before academic activities commence fully.
The Man O' War as a student will enjoy a lot of privilege, like being sponsored in a training center and accommodation.
We have a lot of privileges. One, you being a manual personnel or as a student, you have a higher advantage ahead of your fellow colleagues because it's expected that you being a Man O' War member, you have to be smart. Naturally, you have to be ahead. So it's going to boost your morale. It's going to, let me say, open up your brain in studying ahead of your fellow colleagues, because it is expected that when you are a man or you have to do things. You have to do things. You are a student and then you are a man. So there are things that you have to do. You understand? Making sure that you have to be ahead of your colleagues, so it will boost your morale in study. There's one of our centers, our training centers, that is famously known as Citizenship and Leadership Training Center, which is the manual itself. Alright? Those centers, they are being put there to mold people, citizens, into becoming good leaders. So one of the privileges is that school do sponsor us for these courses, and that is the place where you go and receive a lot, because this here in school you just do like 20 to 30%, or let's say highest 50% of those things that you go and achieve there in the training center. So it will mold you into becoming a better leader in society. And we also have, as a man, you get the privilege of getting a free accommodation here in school. School is trying. We applaud the efforts of the Vice Chancellor and the Dean of Student Affairs and also the SRO. They are trying in that aspect. We have a place here where it is meant for Man O' members alone. So if you are a Man O' member, you have the privilege to come and stay here. So accommodation is one of the benefits that we do get as a Man O' member.
The Man O' War tries to see that no man is idle. Every person or student specifically has something to engage themselves to do daily, to avoid so much crime.
The plans are, we are trying our possible best to orientate citizens, all right, orientate individuals, because it is being said that an idle man is a devil's workshop. We're trying to see how we engage students or individuals in some of activities that will stop them from being idle. From doing those kind of things, and if they receive our own trainings, a lot of crimes in the society is going to reduce.
The Man O War wishes to see that the activities of the group is globally known and acknowledged.
One of the plans, though, where we want to be next is we want to be at the top, like very top. We want to be organized worldwide. We want the whole world to know of Man O Nigeria in particular. Although it's a nationwide something, but we want the world to know the activities of Man O.
For a Man O War member to join any security forces, it is not going to be hard for him to cope in the forces training.
Yes, there are a lot of privileges. Like I've already said earlier, there is a voluntary uniform organization, right? We do certain serious kind of trainings here and orientations. So it's a kind of using work for those that will be looking for jobs in other places, like those that would like to join the military, the police, and other uniform organizations. Because if you've been a Man O, right, if you have undergone the trainings and the orientations, when you go to apply for those jobs, we have produced a lot of work for them. So you have a high advantage with your certificates. If you bring out your certificates, you have a high chance of getting those jobs.
As a paramilitary group, it has to do with ranking of personnel depending on the time spent in the group by the personnel or depending on the work.
Ranking. If you join Man O, say from your part 1 to your final, up to your final, to your final year, whether you're part 4 or you are studying 4 courses, 4-year course or a 5-year course or 6 and more. When you join, you start from what is called private. From private, you move to what is called Lance Corporal. Lance Corporal move to what is called Corporal. Corporal to Sergeant. From Sergeant, you have the Assistant Inspector and the Inspector, the Chief Inspector, up to the rank of Superintendent. That is the highest rank you get as in a cadet level. That's the rank of the Commandant. So if you join from your 100 level up to finally, if you're hardworking, you are likely to reach the level of the Superintendent.
The Man O War as a group face challenges especially in sponsorship in monetary aspects, because with no money, no organization can move on smoothly or survive.
We are facing some challenges, and in particular, the issue of sponsorship. There is no organization that moves further without finance. So one of our major problems is finance. We are really lagging behind in terms of finance.
Most students in the university fear the Man O War, thinking they are bullies, which they are not. And the Man O War is trying to see that they fill the gap of relationship between the student and the Man O War.
We do face some issues with students, which we are trying our possible best to see that we do all we did. The students do think as if we are somewhat superior to them, which is not, and they do run away from us. Understand? Initially, we are supposed to be like mediators between students and school security, understand, and also the school authority at large. But students do fail to see that, understand. They do take Man O as bullies, which we are not. Understand? We are trying our possible best to see that we bridge that gap between us and students, because we are all students. So also, and our primary aim here is to study.